Whoa. Oh! Oh! Ah! You soar, the air careening, deafening and silent, profound and debauched. It does not stop. Try to scream, but a force too loud. Attempt to move in the direction of out. Do anything, and you join in further. Treble, drilling, catching, burning. All senses alert, no chime to guide. Try to think about your party. A scarf grips you, an angel is close, a goblin clings to life. You're on a path, carefully closing. Quickly cutting, violently pressing. Holy sh... I gotta, like, 1 second. I gotta do something here. That's for the thumbnail. This is for the thumbnail. Oh, that's gonna be good. Oh, that's gonna be good. This is like where Squidward was in that one episode. You're on a path, carefully closing, quickly cutting, violently pressing. This is like there's a calming pressure rising. Shit! Your earthly organs compromising. Ugh. Each orb and lobe so gently breathing. You are dead. An interconnected disbelieving. Blindness eternal. Just like a bell begun to ring. Oh, oh my. This is path of yours is just a string until one. Ah! Awesome. Future. Whoa, that's cool. See, this looks like Dark Souls. Endless. Look around. There's nothing. Look below. Water? No. Esoteric substance. Look at yourself. You are whole. Pure disorientation in this dark place. What did Master do? This is... Your scarf crawls back into itself and does not say more. You must begin. Seek what you are meant to find. Where am I? Uh-oh. Now? Etir? At least I got Meek with me. Shit. Shit. This is a terrible idea. Focus. Whatever's out there, you can negotiate with it. Everything wants something. There's always a correct choice. Ah! Fuck! 44.95. Fear deep, unnerving. Your stomach churns with primal dread. The senses pick up. Oh. Confusing. Your mind can't quite grasp it. This is all an illusion, surely. Place between worlds cannot simply be nothing. That'd be ridiculous. That'd be silly, dude. This is not a moment to contemplate. This is when you act. Whoa. No. Not again. Wisdom failed? Shit. You are truly lost. No. No, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Oh. Whoa. Blinded by the strange light above, your eyes adjust. You peer onwards. In the darkness, you see a pillar of light. Something beckons you forth. Whoa. Cool. There's a way out of here after all. Oh, what's up, dude? I know you?
Oh.
The cobbler. Hello. The old man at the counter, tiny hammer in one hand, boot in the other. Am I dreaming? He considers your question with a quick glance. It'd be a strange dream in that case. He keeps working, still focused on setting a strap from the boot. You're a shoe repairer? The old man lets out a short laugh. Let me ask you something. Do you believe yourself to be naturally funny, or is there effort involved? Sure, trying really, really hard. So hard. He nods and chuckles to himself. I'm a shoe repairer, yes. A cobbler. What are you doing here? Work, mainly. Dancing around the subject. That's not what I meant. I see. As long as there are feet on the ground and there are shoes for tending. That's what my father always said. Maybe we get some actual info if you play along. Maybe some small talk. Are you close with your dad? The old man looks at you, adjusting his glasses. That's a difficult question, but a good one. He grabs a tang to rip some leather off the sole. I think the best thing I can tell you is another saying of my dear old father. We're nothing but the worst parts of our parents, with a splash of random ego. With a smirk, the old man leans in and he says, he read too many books. What are you working on? A Legionnaire's boot, not the enchanted kind. That wouldn't fall apart this easily. Needs sole replacement, new studs and hobnails. You know much about boots? I wear them. He looks down at your feet. Earthguard standards. Of course, what else? Points his hammer at you and says, you know those, they wanted to send you out in nailbacks originally. Nailbacks, can you imagine? Blisters, blisters, blisters. A boot enjoyer, this one. Such a shoe enthusiast. He's a sneakerhead. The old man shakes his head and clicks his tongue. Thank Till for soft striders. When our people's homeland in Old Diminor was destroyed by the Arcanis, we left the old gods behind. Only a Viking would invoke them. Where'd you come from? Not from money nor greatness of any kind. If I had to extract some source, one point of origin for myself, that would be just a small, unfortunate village on the coast. He grabs some fresh nails from a bucket under the workbench. I was born to do this, he says, and hammers one of them into the bottom of the boot. Good, fair, decent service. Who are you voting for the election? Keeps working and doesn't answer your question for a while. Then he mutters out, there's no perfect choice, is there? I want a good outcome for the working class. Vote for the Asgalis. Yes, the less fortunate form the backbone of society, after all. Bound together, people can move mountains, after all. Who are you? Newt, son of Toke. That is my name. Good name. Keeps working on the boot. Why are you in the beyond, Newt? Oh, I died. Been here for years. Okay. Everything here is not so material, you included, if you stay too long. He holds up the boot, looking at its bottom with one eye closed. It's a tunnel. A right-going way heading straight outside. I've been left behind for a bit longer, though. Just a bit longer. So it's a tunnel for the dead, for souls? Yes, that sounds about right. The old man places his boot down on the hammer. Dragon? Cleric? He is not evil, nor are his hands clean. I cannot speak with him myself, sadly, so I ask of you, please, please, handle it with heart and grace. A rumbling terror beyond. Handle what? The one you are looking for. Go to him before it's too late. The old man points to his left. You have 1,000 questions for this shade of a man, but your mind, it just won't allow you, which is very ominous. Ignore this, ghosts. Thank you. You see him in the dark. The last sun. Bro, is that me? Whoa. Lord Gorm, hero of Norvik. Greetings, brother. Greetings. He bows before you. A missing paladin. That's the missing paladin? Crazy. Well, I was wondering. I was like, am I going to be able to finish this? My name is Gorm Skaldaman, loyal servant of Earth. I need your help. You see him, the writhing corruption upon his arm, and it causes him to shake. Lord Gorm! Touched by the void, he appears sane enough somehow. Wasn't a rogue spellcaster, a rogue paladin. Get ready. Explain yourself. The paladin performs a perfectly executed fist-on-chest salute. As he does, you notice his long sword sheathed at his hip. The Flame Tongue, one of the greatest swords of Norvik, passed from paladin to paladin. The state has fallen, brother, he says, and lets out a cackling cough. Wow, that's our guy. He looks just like me, though. In my grief and anger, I have made some egregious choices. Start from the beginning. Of course, I apologize. The broken man lifts his helm, revealing a rugged face covered in layers of sweat and ash. Gods, he says, pressing his not as ruined hand against his brow. It should never have come to this. Rage in his eyes, meeting your gaze. How many years have you served? 5 at the towers. And you know well the particulars of Earthguard politics. Akasam was struck by a feeble mind spell over 3 years ago. He's what? What? How's that possible? I agree with your outrage. But he has been hidden away all in his palace manor for all this time. The Lord's Patriarch is a puppet? Yes, the city is now a headless chicken run by our cabal of magistrates. On a cursed evening 3 years ago, the leader of Norvik was as good as assassinated. They decided to keep it as a secret. Their reasoning was simple. It was for the security of the city. Without Earth, we have no protocol on the transfer of power. None revealed to the public, at least. Have you seen Lord Akasam? I have. I was one of the few to be granted an audience about a year ago. My Lord Patriarch is lost in his own mind. No restorative magic takes, none we are able to muster, at least. Hold on, are you sure the Lord Patriarch isn't just old? That's what most people think. The reasoning is why no one questioned his absence. However, Akasam was a shrewd man, and a hale one at that. He would eventually be taken by age, of course, but not like this. This was subtle and total in eclipsing his mind. Foul magic at work. Who else knows about this? Few, the magistrates, some of the patriarchs. All of them sword party officials, including me, despite my lower status as a paladin. It's a tightly guarded secret. They're sworn? How terrible. Why are you a paladin and not a patriarch yourself? I am not well suited to such labors, too much administrative work. To retain my position as last paladin was deemed honorable by itself. He looks out into the void. And I was never good at tower duties, teaching youngsters and such. One of my comrades once told me about a student who tried to cast a power word spell within his first few weeks in the towers. His eyes melted out of his skull. Could you imagine being responsible for such a thing? He shakes his head. Oh, that was me. Remember the time your eyeballs melted? Sounds awful. Indeed. Why do they keep it a secret? I said it was considered dangerous for him to falter after serving for so long. Better to hold up a puppet until the election. Or that is what they decided. I was not in that particular smoky room. Who cast the feeble mind spell? Enemies of the state. They broke into his manor at night, then they got away. Magistrates pointed to cultists. I went looking. I was able to find any proof of such activities. Why are you telling me this? Why are you here, brother? I believe those two questions have the same answer. What do you mean about the transfer of power not being revealed? It was kept hidden. He left a will. Of course he left a will. Yes, he did. Earth's legacy, his instructions. The magistrates and the Lord Patriarch provided guidelines for the eventual death of Akasam. How did you see the guidelines? I found them in Akasam's chamber when I was allowed to visit him. It was not as if the old man was guiding me to them, even in his feeble. It was as if the old man was guiding me to them, even in his feebled state. Tell me now. He grabs his corrupted arm to stop the twitching. Then he speaks in a regal tone. Upon the death of, or at the behest of his lordship Akasam, a provisional government will be declared. He closes his eyes, reciting the words as if they were scratched onto the back of his eyelids. This government shall have 2 years to oversee an electoral process, at the end of which a permanent government chosen by the people shall be enacted. This provisional government shall be headed by 2 individuals with shared power and responsibility to provide full suffrage to all citizens of Norvik. The first individual shall be elected by active clerical patriarchs within 7 days. The second individual shall be elected by all active guild union leaders within 7 days. He opens his eyes. 1 cleric, 1 Isgalist. Full suffrage at the discretion of a cleric and an Isgalist? If either of the provisional electoral processes fail, the individual will be chosen by a random lottery at the end of those 7 days. He coughs. The instructions included more details, of course, but this is what the Earth wanted from us. Brother, this is what Akasam wanted. He was going to step down, retire, to enact this final will of our glorious God. So that's why they feeble-minded him. They cannot let Earth's will pass. They cannot let go of power. Why should I believe you? He lets out an exasperated laugh. I ask myself that often these days. Know this, I read Earth's Legacy, his last will, over a year ago. Akasan was targeted 3 years ago, right as the election began taking shape. Think about it. If a cleric and an Asgals were to be put in charge of the entire electoral process, who would lose? Who would possibly want to avoid such a scenario? The Free Striders. The Free Striders. And the power behind their Reedsian coffers, he gives you a very tired look. I have worked tirelessly to find the truth in this. I have used my privileged access to archives, party meetings, documents spanning all districts, the ability to investigate all magistrates without alerting anyone to my intent. It turns out the answer was not so hidden. What did you find? All magistrates have deals with the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. Filthy capitalists. In total, approximately 85.5 million crowns in the form... Oh my god, so they're being lobbied by the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. In total, approximately 85.5 million crowns in the form of public work investments, guild expansions, targeted tariffs, consultancy fees, the illegal sales of Norvikian property, exclusive land licensing bids, key positions within district bureaucracies, and sometimes even just gifts. The butchering of our beloved city. The magistrates are smarter than you thought. This is horrifying. Yes, it is. Brother. Eyes flick to his arm, his face contorting into a painful wince. I know well why you're here, and I am responsible for the explosion. I knew it. I did. He admits it. There you go. The elf she. Gorm lifts his head, stern, truthful. He places his hand upon the pommel of his sword. Lord Gorm, I need you to drop your sword to the ground. He smiles. You're a good cleric. The party of Norvik has been entirely corrupted by crowns and foreign interests. He scoffs to himself. Our city sliced up, auctioned off. So what, you turned to dark magic? I did. Cowardly perhaps, but... Brother, my oath is not one to be broken. I swore my life to the party. I see. If I spoke to the press, if I spread rumors, if I so much as mentioned their foul play to a beggar on the side of the road, he laughs. My body would reject the words, as my soul would reject its vessel, my life forfeit to the whims of this fallen city. His head falls, his shoulders heavy. The burden, the weight of this curse. Nevertheless, a real man would have been able to break it. Lifting his head, his jaw clenched, one hand gripping over the other. I should have been able to. But here you are, free to speak. Yes. The oath is not broken, I can still feel it. But here, Earth does not watch me. Here, he does not see what a monster I've become. I wish he never does. What do you do? He lifts his mutated arm, the flayed skin pulsating around vein-like tendrils. I sought out the aberration. Oh. We all knew he was there. Everglad was never considered a threat down in his flooded temple, nor were his warlocks. I did not imagine he would so easily give me everything I needed. What did he give you? Power. Terrible, terrible power. He clenches his mutated fist. A god never dies, brother. They simply fade from our world. That much was clear when I watched him go. That means with enough power, with the correct esoteric ritual, I can return him to material reality. You're trying to bring Earth back? He takes a decisive step forward. I can bring back our god. You want to resurrect Earth? His face grows dark. I can bring him back. You can smell the hubris. 1,400 pounds of silver, branches from 5 trees, grown on the soil of his birth, diamonds carrying a worth of 100,000 crowns, as per last material break, and the paladin bites on his words. It's all ready to have it all. What was the fourth thing? What makes you so certain it would even work? The vision, brother. I knew this is far-fetched, but here in this beyond there are no limits to spellcasting. The rules are different, wilder. There is an esoteric freedom. I have seen into the depths of this place. In all this time I've spent here, I know I ask much of you, brother. I ask for your faith, in the spell and in me. But I swear Earth is here, somewhere, close. You realize what you sound like, right? Yes, I'm aware. I both look and sound like a raving cultist. He flexes his mutating hand with another wince. So I've given my body and soul, why not my dignity as well? What's this spell called? I do not care to name it, it does not deserve one. Why? This is what he wants, why not revel in it? What level is this spell? I do not know. 10th? 11th? Does not know, yet he wants to cast it? When are you casting it? I have been casting it for days, brother. It's near completion. How did you learn to cast it? Everglad's esoteric connection with the beyond allowed me to make contact with a number of otherworldly beings. They helped me mold a custom epic tier spell, with the sole purpose of resurrecting one specific god. How'd you get all the components? The branches I secured myself by visiting the cursed lands, the diamonds and silver secured via Ilum. The elves paid you for your spell? Oh, this just gets better and better. They did, in full. What did they wish in return? The same thing they'll always wish for, our eradication. He coughs and winces. The Ilum wishes to stop free shredders from getting a foothold in Ascan. They believe the earth folk were to be weak without them. Easy prey, they are wrong, but I played into their assumptions. To them, I was a rogue paladin wanting revenge on my people, one who needed funding to establish a network of dissidents. After a few favors, they gladly provided me with the silver, the diamonds, along with an agent to plant the necklace of fireballs. You brought the necklace of fireballs into the city? Yes. I signed the paper to get it through customs without inspection, then it landed in the hands of an elf. Ninja Athena. Their warden of outreach told me she was a traitor. The elf in the tea shop. Yes. He looks off into the void. The elf did exactly as her master's ordered. She took the necklace from the shipment on Water Lane. Then she made sure the box was stored in the empty space underneath the temple. Under the temple? There was an old tunnel there, used as a stash by the tea shop owner. Pinja Athena made sure the crate with the hidden necklace was stored inside. It was supposed to stay there until the election, at which point... What did you do, Gorm? The paladin twitches his hand and appears to tense up. What did you do? Everglad whispered in my ear that morning. He told me that the elf had set up a meeting with a Free Strider agent. I intervened. I entered that tea shop from Pillar Crossing, past the tunnel. I found her sitting in one of the booths, then she had the necklace of fireballs in her grasp. You really must have fucked up that encounter. More than I will ever understand. The elf was planning on selling it to make an escape for herself. I don't blame her. But I could not let her take it. The possibility did not cross my mind. I cast Charm Person on her, though I had forgotten how the elves ignore such effects. Blunder of the decade. She reacted violently, threatened to blow us both up. Again, I do not blame her for this, but before I had a chance to, before I figured out what to say, I saw it in her eyes. His gaze no longer focused on the void behind you, now pierces your eyes behind the helm. She had already made up her mind. Fascism chose the path, I chose the end. Words leaving scorched, reanimated lips. They whisper, they beckon, they scream. I cast Misty Step, reaching the edge of the room before it hit the ground. She was incinerated instantaneously. Me, I made it out with seared flesh. He closed his eyes. She did not suffer for what little it's worth. No, she did. She blew herself up just to get you. In vain, a waste of life. She didn't have to do that, she chose to. You know, a different setting and a different time, he wouldn't have added even for an elf at the end of the sentence. Whether that's true or not does not matter. My intent was not to kill her, nor turn her in. If she had given the necklace, she had left the city. You watch him twitch, his jaw tightening. Regret warps a man's head. It doesn't matter, the string has ceased. But why? Why did you give her the necklace so much? Why did you need the necklace so much? What were you planning? Paladin looks at you with dead eyes. Your guts sink. It conjoins and trolls among the eternal waters. Words spoken by the gruff men near breaking your resolve. There's a fourth component to the spell. Stare at him. One final sacrifice. Say it slowly. What is the final component, Lord Gorm? He does not meet your gaze as he says. The true souls of 27 of his believers. What? One soul for each year since his fading, forcibly taken into the beyond. Souls? What is he speaking about? Holy shit. They will be channeled here to this exact corridor upon death, at which point the spell will be cast and Earth will return to the rest of his people. He closes his eyes and mutters a few words to himself. What? Thus I am forsaken. That's a lot of dead bodies. Sounds like a hassle. 27 innocent people? 26. I will be the final sacrifice. You think that makes it okay? No. None of this is okay. Are you insane? Not yet. His two words are joined by a grim scowl upon his face. That's... I need your help, brother. Without the necklace of fireballs, it will be a grim task to collect these souls. He holds out a clenched fist, mutated flesh, and a grotesque ball. Will you assist me in resurrecting our god? If he wanted to kill himself for the cause, that'd be one thing, but now he's making that choice on behalf of these random people. And for what? In the hopes of bringing back some dusty old god? Fuck this and fuck him. Darkness in his eyes, death pool at his feet, the paladin is doomed. It's impressive, really. You have this crazed maniac of a paladin ready to perform mass murder, but listen to him. He's so assured in his own righteousness, so profoundly up in his ass. The very road to the deepest hell will become flooded by his massive tears, once he offs himself, of course. Until then, he's your problem. Choose your next words carefully. There's no one here to save you, and if you make a shitty choice, you'll have to live with the consequences for the rest of your life. No pressure. It would be quite interesting magic, but he will not be able to cast it. You would, though. Take a deep breath, a deep one. Take your time. What gives you the right to make such a sacrifice on his behalf? Argue for another path. I have a scroll of wish, but he could use it for something else. I am arguing for another path. Or we just arrest him. I just don't support him. Well, we've got all these abilities. I will argue because I will not be able to beat him. No fucking way. Glare the rugged face of the world-worn paladin. Nothing, no arguments, no plea. You have no clue what to say to this broken shell of a man. Do it again. I have so many shards, dude. There we go. Right, it's time. The final time to show him who's the best at winning in dialectical debate. It's time to engage in the marketplace of ideas. There's another way, Lord Gorm. Pray tell, brother. Kay's giving you a shot. Don't fuck it up. I spent countless nights arguing with myself, thinking over every possibility, every action. If you have a solution, I would love to hear it. What if we find a cure for the Lord Patriarch? A cure to feeble mind? If you did that, you could be our new God King. We can fight back, create a resistance movement. Already done that. What? I used the considerable funds from the Ilum to fund various resistance movements around Norvik, true nationalists who stand by Earth against these corrupt officials. They will be crushed in time and considered a coup, but that would have been a disaster. Okay, none of this is working clearly. True. Welp. What do you mean, whelp? Whelp as in, what can you do? There's probably nothing you can do. Maybe. Don't listen to the green one, you'll end up in a ditch. Just try something else. I'm just going to arrest him. Lord Gorm, as a paladin of Earth, your vows include a sworn oath to never hurt our people. You have broken that promise. Lord Gorm looks at you, examining you, mere seconds turning into what feels like excruciating hours. Complete silence, broken by his neck words. Do you know what happens when a god dies, brother? Don't answer. I was with him when he faded, just an old man, wrecked with flashes of memory and fear, yet in the last fleeting moment his mind was clear. He spoke to me. Earth spoke to me before his body began to turn itself into a searing hole. His head lifts in a memory, a flash in golden hue spreading across his bedchamber, collapsing into itself, leaving behind a faint layer of dust upon the sheet. Do you know what he told me? As he speaks, the paladin smiles. Tell me. I see stars. He told me, I see stars. Look at the gleaming sky. Lord Gorm sees this as providence. He's potentially not wrong. Yes, I know it. For all my doubts, this I know. My God led me here, brother. Lord Gorm puts on his helm. Oh boy. Oh boy. His eyes gleam. His healthy hand gripping the flame tongue. He knew I would end up at these steps into eternity. Earth knew what I was about to do. We roll for initiative. Oh boy. Where are my friends? You will be the first of 27. It is time. Shit. Defeat him. Dodge, 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 dodge. Shit. Oh, and what? Try to move, but your legs, they won't follow commands, damn it. Oh, gods. Gorm immediately swings the flame tongue, the blade of possibly hot fire arcing towards you. The blade strikes your mail while searing the rest of you. Cure wounds! your wounds. This ends now. Stand tall. This is not working. Damage intense. Your mind falters. Shit. You can't fight like this. If literally any of your weapons were useful, you must disarm more. Dodge it. You're gonna dodge. You move, feet splashing through the eternal pools, left, right, back. The flame tongue arcs through the space where your neck was a half second ago. It singes your neck. Close, too close. Not close enough. Stand still, brother. No, absolutely not. You keep on dancing, keep weaving, you will make it. He grabs the blade of his sword, the searing metal pressing against the palm of his mutated wriggling arm. Swinging it around, the fountain performs a pommel strike, aiming at your neck. Beware, unmoored. I'm gonna put a curse on him. Flame's tongue crossguard strikes right at your nape. You will be cleansed, brother. Oh my god! Keep hitting the death saving throws. Flames erupt around your helm. The paladin winces as his mutated arm starts shaking. If you only join me, brother. You join me, your death could have had more purpose. It's time for some strategy. Yield, fake yield, then sucker punch. Shut up and fight. Gladly. This is rough, man. You have no choice then. Fist versus sword. Distraction, a feint. Hell yeah, brother. Yell and point. My lord, an aberration! His head instinctively turns just for a split second. Oh yeah, that's all you need. You punch him. Your blow catches him on the chin of his helm, snapping his head back with a satisfying clang. Ah, I can't believe you've done this, brother. How are you alive? Lord Gorm thrusts the blade this time. The blade pierces the side of your torso. Oh, let's keep getting those death saving throws. We're doing great. Come on. We're doing great. Oh, then the fire envelops you. Cough up blood and smoke. Brother, you are tenacious, but you would not have to face such pain. I will finish this. Fuck you. You will not last. You are dizzy. Worm stands before you, ready to strike again, yet he doesn't. Instead, he opens his corrupt hand, a dark, esoteric aura humming in your ears. This is going on for too long. I remain standing. Impressive. I can sense your consciousness draining. Do not resist. He grabs your helm tight, now lifting you into the air. The pressure, your skull is buckling. Think. With his gloved hand, the paladin forms a mark in the air with 3 fingers. Esoteric bullshit incoming. Spectrum Dolores. He says the words in a whisper. It hits you like the skip of a heartbeat. You sit in the great halls of the palace, your stomach churning. Every ounce of your pride beaming through your confident smile. A leader. Someone anyone would have to love. A wave of folk bow down before you. Oh no. Oh no. I am, yes, all of it. King of us, I'm a walking god. Yet the people, their faces, when they turn to face you, their scorn, frown. Hey, what? On the hills of Verdun, there are fires rising. The walls of Norfolk fall. Slaughter. Tell me, what's happening? They look to you to save them. Why aren't you enough? You never really did try, do you? Never well enough. No, I did. I never... No, I did. No. You're still alive. That is proof enough. Oh, no. Okay. Break the illusion. Come on. Yeah! Ah! You jolt, the contents of your mind snapping through the veil. Before you stands Lord Gorm in the eternal pool. He lowers his blade, as if he has already won. You are still here, brother, he says, still grasping your entire helmet face. A mind able to withstand the phantasmal killer is one made to last. or one too stormed to crack. Why would you? Why would you? I did not expect you to survive that. I apologize for prolonging your suffering. Let's end this now. The paladin let go of your head, the corrupted hand leaving a sizzling mark upon the surface of the metal. Look him in the eyes. Lord Gorm meets your gaze. I am the Cleric of Norvik. The paladin roars, first lifting your entire body higher. Then you stand as a paragon of what was meant to be a cleric, slamming into the ground. Come on, death saving. Come on, death saving throws. Holy shit. Slamming you into the ground. The esoteric water flows in all directions, revealing for a moment the flat, opaque veil beneath. Your back is broken, splinters in each bone. This is it. This is the pavement, the wonder you've been working for. I will not be broken. Arise, someone. Gorm staggers back, muttering to himself. Yes, yes, I can see that, brother. Step by frantic step, he approaches, feet splashing in the eternal pools, the water almost reaching up to his hips. Cleric, yeah! They found me! Stopping maybe 10 feet away, his sling out, his eyes focused. Timing! The absolute guy! Come on, stand up. Your legs, they move. You must win. Goblin? Gorm readies his flame tongue, not for you, but for him. He swings the blade in Snell's direction, a wave of fire heat follows in his wake. Catch a glimpse of your companion dodging out of the way at the last second. You okay? He wheels your way. Who is this guy? I do not wish to hurt you, Goblin. Walk away. Snell, this is the guy. Him? It's Lord Gorm, the missing paladin. He wants to... What? He's trying to resurrect Earth. He what? Snell was it. You have nothing to do with this, the paladin snarls. Gorm lifts his blade once more, the shaky mutated arm causing him to shiver in pain. You do not have to die. Come on. He gives you a confirming nod before firing another shot directly at the paladin's leg. Lets out a pain grunt and almost loses his balance. Now's the time to strike him. Daunting, challenging. Come on. Come on, yes! You aim your fist true, your muscles aching as you do. Is the pain quickly lost when you feel your fists hit the hard metal Norvik-made plate of his Norvik-made plate helmet of his Earthguard outfit. Something cracks. It is not you. You stand tall as you watch the paladin stumbles back. He flails, his cursed hand clawing the air. I will not fail. He's done. Show's over. Above. Look above among the stars. Yeah! Tears here now! The beyond is vast and full of terrors, Lord Gorm. Descending with the speed of an armored tank, you watch her fling a decapitated aberration off her longsword. Us, you are nothing. With her next swing, she comes at the paladin, who flocks her with flaming metal. Etir. They clash once more as she dances around him. You do not understand, he roars, clenching his jaw. We can bring him back. I understand well enough, Lord Gorm. Her many spinning eyes lock onto their target. Your thoughts are loud, your mind is dark. Gorm returns Edir's attack with an esoteric push, his mutated arm twisting and tearing under its own strength. Then he thrusts a whirl of fire directly at her. Well, she blocks it, her blade uses a precise shield. I never understood you, Angel. A dark storm rooted in the fire. Have you not interfered enough? You watch as necrotic power pulsate from his corrupted paw and onto the blade, to then smite your angel companion. She tries to move, but the magic is already on her. She lets out a piercing shriek, radiant fire bursting out from the darkness. Holy fucking shit. This is out of your pay grade. Light and darkness. The paladin is still standing somehow. Snell stands next to you. Thinks the paladin is dying. Jump. He flails again. Snell stands back, sending off concerned looks. Edir appears to have recovered, resigned to watch the paladins fall. We did it, dude! Oh! I can't believe it. I fucking had like 17 death saving throws, but we did it. He raises his shaking arms, looking glaring at his ruined claw of a hand. Then he lowers his head, the flesh underneath his armor turning into fine dust. What do you think my chances were? The paladin mutters. A whisper in the bright powder. Do you believe the spell would have worked? 50-50, like most things. You hear him laugh behind the helm. Like most things. With that, Lord Gorm is no more. Bye. As he speaks those final words, his body turns into a bright powder. You watch as that dust is drawn towards the stairs, disappearing into nothing. A grim sight to behold. Could have had a different ending if he had made better choices himself. Lord Gorm, huh? That'd be interesting to explain to the old lady. There is a man on the steps. Who's the old guy? The angel's halo stops spinning. Cleric, this man. Breathe. It is finished. You have chosen well. The old man puts his hands behind his back. Before you go, I wish to have a few words with you, but no hurry. Time is still now. You do not lose anything by taking a short rest, I assure you. He smiles. You are not yet done. Breathe. First, breathe. 20. Alex, thank you for the 20 stream streak. I'm gonna short rest. I'm still so fucking exhausted. I'm still so exhausted. So, shall we? The timid man greets with a lowered head. Hello. Were you watching? I was. He meets your gaze. This road has been terrible. All due to my negligence. Huh? Why is he talking like that? Is this Earth? Like he's the one who are you really, Newt? You know this guy? He wipes some dust off his apron. I ran into him before. He's a cobbler. Right, a cobbler. I may not be in chat much, but you never know when I'd be lurking. There is it's Schrodinger's chatter. There's until you are revealed, you could be there or you could be not. I'm sure there's a lot of shoe emergencies out there. He shakes his head. I'm afraid there's no good way to put this, but I shall make it clear for you. I swear on it. Well, you better explain it quickly. Not sure any of us should stay in the spooky hellscape any longer than we have to. You're very correct, Snell, he says with a smile. This place is bad for a man. It brings him to face both his hard and even fouler things. Then he looks over to Edir. You seem to handle it just as well as expected. She looks at him in silence. The goblin looks back and forth between the both. Okay, I'm getting freaked out now. Let him speak. I am Newt, son of Tok. That is all I am here now. But I was born Dejvik amidst the early days of the First Coast War. Its chaos brought death upon my kinsmen. First? Due to fate or some other cause, I was granted audience with a higher power, an audience which left me with a channel of strings. All I knew at the time was the inescapable risk of staying in those lands. Another package is arriving, apparently. Pushed to action by my brother Toll, together we rallied as many longships as we could, our savior. We saved 50,404 people. One sec. Alright. We continue. Oh, approximately a quarter of the villages. Wow, not every day you get to speak with a god, living or no. As we left in search of a new land, those people began to look me and my newfound divine strength for more than guidance. They gave me a name from the old world sagas, one steeped in bygone mythology. My lord, look upon your god. So Earth was already... He's just hanging out here. They called me Earth, Hammer of Fate. That can't... The goblin mutters. How? I'd like to ask, why are you here? He lowers his head once more. My existence is fleeting, stuck between material and beyond. Are you truly him? Yes. You see, I died like any old man should, just a few decades later than usual. But here I linger. I linger on, guarding this gate. For whom? For what purpose? Who knows? The old man laughs. It's a bit silly, really. Toll would have loved to see it. This is insane. I don't disagree. That was my initial reaction to the first few years in this place. But I assure you, I too have many questions. You catch a glimpse of Snell, then opening his mouth again to speak, only to shut it. Ask what you wish. I know you have questions. The man has not spoken with another for a very long time. He'll be glad to talk. Toll, your brother. Yeah, the old fool. Earth speaks with a sad smile. Haven't seen him pass through here. He must have died years ago amidst his epic final adventure. But who knows? Time moves differently inland. Maybe he still walks the endless waste as we speak. Looking for Jor's key. Jor's what? Toll, right. Like Tollstad, Toll Square. I heard he was a real adventurer. He was, Snell. He was. Your god looks out into the void. Toll always wanted to travel, to understand Jor, to sail and wander. He received his circumnavigation blessing not long after we founded Norvik. Yet he could never reach Jor's point. After a lifetime of adventure, he still wanted to know. That is why he set off. My brother figured the secret to Jor would be unlocked in the wastes. Once he crossed Really Cold Valley, which I later renamed Toll's Pass, my sending stopped reaching him. Yeah, good name swap there. Last thing he told me in that final message was, "Fear not, brother, I will always find my way home. Thus, I hold out hope." Can you see Norvik from here? Somewhat, yes. I have the ability to cast minor magic here, including a soft scrying. It feels a bit tragic, of course, to be unable to interfere, yet able to watch, as you can imagine. He's been watching us. He leans back. I'm sure you're the main spectacle. Your god squats down, placing his palm towards the Tower of Light before him. The closer to the pillar, the more I can see, like your adventure into the city below, or your encounter with Gorgalash. You knew that troll? I did. I fought him, all those years ago. Every time he would flee, regroup, and try something new. A smart one, that Gorgalash, a tough leader. A big leader, if you will. Right, that was his original title, Big Leader Gorgalash. He adjusts his glasses, reminiscing into the void. Seem to really hate you. I don't blame him. Yet your god looks away for a few seconds, as if using the void to take in your words. I destroyed his tribe, Ragan. His kingdom, his people, took it from him without any kind of fair fight. I struck for my own need in it, and I was well rewarded. Perhaps it is a pity I did not follow through, instead leaving him to life on an undercoast vagabond. Part of me feels I knew him well. We dueled many times. Another part of me wonders if I should have taken the risk of diplomacy. At a certain point, it wasn't that far off from a 50-50. Would you have taken that, attempted peace with trolls, or would you have followed through, pity to be damned? The odds are good enough, sure. I'd say manipulating a troll into not being harmful isn't that much harder than the average human. Problem lies more in what happens if you fail. Trolls sure like to smash things. I don't know, I have no idea. I'll be honest, neither did I. A deep sigh leaves him. I do not believe in a clear answer, not anymore, but I chose my path. He glances at Snell, who still looks stunned at watching you interact with your actual god. Ah, right. Goblin genocide and so on. Oh! You want to ask something yet, dear? No, but I have something to say. I understand. She grips the pommel of her sword. Speak your minds firstly. I will bide my time, as I have for many years. Oh boy, tension. She's angry. I have so many questions. You see Snell starts to shift his shirt around. I have a few questions of my own. You go first. We have time. Your god aims a pair of finger guns at you. We get time. Crazy line. Shoot. What a lad. A god, huh? Ask him. Ask him about every possible conflicted force in the universe. Ask him about nationalism and fascism. Is nationalism fascism? No, I do not believe it is. He knows this how? Why? Fascism and nationalism are overlapping ideologies. One is a fairly new idea of a United Nation state, whether by culture or folk type or anything else. The other is, he squints, fascism is really bad? That seems a bit moralistic. I was often called the fascist, as are you. When I read those books from reads, I never particularly identified with it. They seem to hate liberal ideas. I was quite fond of egalitarian pursuits. Yeah, equal opportunity killer, maybe. In my dictatorship, I took many cues from Asgal himself. Hells, Garz Rubrin was my brother. He taught me wisdoms beyond my years. Then there's the fetishization of violence. It makes me think of an angry young man left powerless and neglected by his village. Obviously, he would lash out. Fascism seemed to me as nothing but a response to that powerlessness, especially when grown in the wake of the First Coast War. Why does he keep calling it the First? If anything, it taught me not to take it lightly, to make sure each new generation of men in Norvik were given exactly what they needed: discipline, challenge, and a god who does not conflate strength with violence. A real-world role model. I see. He does not look happy. What does the red eye mean? You mean that symbol we use? That was adopted from existing symbolism. What? I never meant to build a religion, you see, but when we conquered a city full of ruins with that red eye all over the place, I think it was Og who came up with the idea, call it Earth's Red Eye. Turns out it was an albino lion warlord who held the ruins sometime before the trolls took over. A one-eyed albino, one red eye. The old man points at his own very much dark eyes and laughs. Worked out fine enough, allows us to spend more time on public work rather than shrines. How do you grant us Claire's magic from here? As you've been taught, I channel the divine through strings. Subconsciously, though, or maybe more like instinct, I'm an old hand at this by now. Might be a reason why I won't be allowed to move on, that I'm still needed to keep the channeling going. Which makes me think of all the other dead gods out there, still connecting those thousands upon thousands of clerics into their sources beyond. That's awesome. In a sense, yes. I'm happy to fulfill my duty here, it keeps me sane. But I wonder if the Mender feels the same, or if Lady Fair holds down the fort in some other tunnel. Dead gods just end up in some void, being used as keys to magic? Incredibly, he talks as if it would be no big deal. I wish I knew more. Once I'm forgotten, maybe I'll get to see through this gate, to go wherever souls go as they pass. I think I need to ask something even more important. Yes? Snell, you have something to ask? Of course, it's a god. But there's no rush. You can ask about Gorm first, and I'm thinking about how to formulate this question I've got. Take your time. So, Gorm. He takes a few steps forward. An imposing figure. Earth. He's just an old man, but despite that, you see he's also strong as hells. Gorm. His eyes focus on the ground where he stood. A man of principle, of bright mind and whole heart. I loved him like a son. His face contorts into a deep frown. It broke my heart when I saw him descend in such a way. Couldn't stop him? Sadly, I could not reach out to him in the material in any way. Not to him, not to you. I cannot say where his mind was, but I know his heart was placed exactly where I had taught him. Selflessly, he would give himself to any cause. Unfortunately, he proved my teachings terribly wrong. He did not know you were present. He did not. I could not stop this channeled magic to my clerics and my paladin no matter what. I could not even destroy myself. For whatever reason, my soul here is muffled. I cannot communicate with him on or anyone else on the material plane. It's a legacy to uphold. Careful what you trust. He's your god. Of course you can trust him. He wanted to resurrect you. That was his intent? Yes, it's important to remember one simple fact. Nothing he did was evil. Everything he did for an ideal of good. Just like I taught him. He turns around and gestures towards the stairs. Look how it ended. His bones hitting the pavement so furiously. He's crying? I thought I knew everything at one point, as if I had somehow unlocked the truth of life itself. It was so simple. Your god turns back to you, his eyes tinged with red. Goodness alone will bring the world to evil. The words of an arcanist, I believe. But Gorm spoke the truth. About what? He wipes a tear from his cheek. My legacy. Norvik is under siege. There is a conspiracy of freestriders. The magistrates are bought. The Asgals are undermined. The Golden Horde seeks to occupy the clan lands within a decade or two. The Mender's cabal funnels riches to rebels in our lands. In my will, the plan I created to keep peace and to transition into a democratic government was suppressed. A democratic government picked by him. True democracy comes from the people, not from a dictator. That is true, it is, but that road in Norvik was a massive risk. Your god gathers himself. This is all a calculated risk on my part. What do you mean? I knew this would happen, Ragan, or rather I saw the odds in the strings. It was high, he says with a clenched fist. Something like a 4 and 5? The problem, the odds changed while I was dying. That does not happen very often. An esoteric event, most likely. Suddenly, I saw the new probable outcome, the web of conspiracy. The old man shakes his head and looks very tired. The magistrates hiding my succession acted as the initial spark. The rest is your history. Would it have worked, Lord Gorm's spell? I do not know. I do not believe he knew either. What kind of esoteric event? I don't know. It might not matter. Perhaps it was the divine intervention. Perhaps a remnant spirit of prophecy. Something changed the odds of my choice. Sadly, I am not the one dealing with the consequences. How do you see the risks so clearly? I did not share that secret often during my days. Lord Gorm was one of the few I confided in with my struggle. The struggle? The one placed upon us all as gods, he says, while making air quotes. We can see outcomes in strings. Not always, not clearly, something like a play in the mind. Sometimes an assured vision, but always there are odds, a choice, a chance, a risk. When I worked at my father's shop, I would work on a shoe and see exactly how 9 times out of 10 I would ruin the leather. As I grew better, my skills improving, the odds would change. Soon I'd pick up a boot and see. 2 and 5, then 1 and 4, then 1 and 10. Sometimes I'd still fail, but seldom. Over time, that simply turned into ever greater visions along with greater power. You can see the future, potential futures, along with the difficulty involved with reaching them. It is not divine providence, it's just probabilities. That's why you left your homeland. Yeah. When I took my people to sea, we had a 50-50 chance of survival. When I saw Ascani, those odds went up. Every step of the way, I made decisions that aimed at increasing those odds for you. Point at your scarf. Meek? I hear name? Is it safe? Who is old man? Hello, Meek. Name included, yes. Old man, no Meek? Me? Among many. Us? Snell too, yes. And you, Etir. Of course. That's sarcasm? The Earth folk? Them? He nods towards Snell. And others. I realized with such power I could protect and serve more and more people, yet at a certain point, he takes a moment. Where does my tribe begin? Who do I define as the other? I had to choose. My choice was the Earth folk and the exiled dwarves, a united creed bound by this great city we built. The old man looks to Etir. Her blank expression does not change, yet her eyes no longer spin. They just focus on Earth. I focus on increasing the odds for that creed to ensure the security of Norvik and its ideals, no matter what. No matter what, huh? No matter what. For almost a certainty, that absolutism has been the source of immense life and pain. Just like Gorm. The comparison pains me, but I cannot deny it. It pains you? Snell takes a step forward. At least you had a choice. The old man keeps his eyes on the goblin and places his hands behind his back. You're responsible for the genocide of my people. Yes. Look at Snell, then look at Earth. Yes? Just yes? Your god says nothing for a few seconds, then he nods. Every horrible thing you have heard, I did. He looks around the void, he clenches his jaw and clicks his tongue a few times. Then he holds up a finger. I have one question. I've thought about it for a while now. My whole life, really. I need to ask it. I want to hear it. The goblin hesitates and starts. Why didn't you just kill us all? He leaves a silence across the water. What a question. The old man furrows his brow. No, really. Why leave us in this half-life? Because what? What is this? He says, and he pulls his jacket. This. He slams his fist into his chest. We're not human. We're not dwarves. We're not goblins. Take away our language, traditions, our stories. You put us into these holes, expecting us to form into something suitable. But what is that? What do you want? Bullshit. To stand before Earth and yell like that? You really like this guy. If you could see every outcome or whatever, why the fuck did you pick this one? Wait for Earth's reply. Earth allows the goblin to end his speech, listening to his panting echo across the eternal waters. Then, without lowering his head or averting his gaze, he says, I was going to. I told myself every goblin on those red hills needed to die for the safety of man. That folkmord was necessary. That without clearing these lands entirely of these hostile natives, there would be nothing but a micro-expression, grief. He bites down on the words. Nothing but perpetual war. After establishing Norvik when the trolls were scattered and the coast was ours, if I had left your people alone, I saw a guaranteed future filled with inevitable clashes between goblins and humans. Those clashes would lead to more animosity, more hatred, generation after generation seeking blood vengeance against an entire people. It was one of my clearest visions, radical fanaticism. Goblin armies funded by hordes of elven treasure, years of warfare in Verdun, trenches for miles, trenches, and more factions joining in over time. It would risk another coast war simply due to the fact that humans were never meant to live there. We were never meant to take these lands. This is nuts, dude. We did. I did. I made that choice because every other meant the death of my people. In exchange, I doomed yours. Snell stares at him stone-faced. Okay, so we're fundamentally incompatible and you took our ancestral homeland. Great. He rubs his eyes and takes a step away. He's trying to calm himself. You can get a question in the meantime. I think it's perfectly proven that we are perfectly capable of living and working together. Yes, and I did see that potential. For one, goblins had a similar warrior culture to us Vikings. They had a collective mindset not too unlike the dwarves, a clan structure similar to halflings. But the path of unity was not in any way realistic, neither was meeting in the middle. At least my vision of it were to be believed. I don't think you answered Snell's question. No, he didn't. Snell turns back around, glaring at your god. Why am I alive? Why did you spare those 3 tribes, Earth? Yes, The answer to that is simple. I gambled. What the fuck? Your god looks up at the stars. It's the Battle of Morgrib, Western Verdun, on the 6th year of the campaign. The leader of the Craigthon is brought before me in chains. He demands a duel to the death. His name is Cran. To restore his strength for a fair fight, I invite him to eat with me. This goblin speaks Dwarven, Diminorian, and even some Elvish. Over dinner, he explains exactly how they were superior in every way, and that the only reason we won was due to our luck. We had a god. Theirs died long time ago. Tokig the Gambler. Would have been fun to see those two clash. I agreed with him, then we discussed our options. Cran told me I was wise for killing them all. If I did not, he said, they would eventually re-emerge and destroy mankind, once I faded like Tokig did. That each of his sons dreamt of spilling human blood. Snell's eyes narrow as Earth speaks. So I asked him, what of his daughters? Did they dream of war and slaughter, revenge? Cran told me no. Then he laughed at me and wondered aloud what a boring and peaceful life that would be. I spent the night explaining my visions to him. He in turn told me stories about Tokig the Gambler. For hours we talked, exchanging ideas, and I proved well enough how I knew it all. As the sun rose, I saw in that conversation something magical. The odds had changed. Not by much, not so significantly that it changed my belief, but enough for me to make another choice. A gamble. I gamble on a path where humans and goblins could live in peace. His eyes are on the ground. We signed a treaty the next day. The forced assimilation of the 3 tribes was carried out. Cran served me well for 12 years, overseeing the migration to Norvik. This is the only plan of action I could see with success rate above 50-50. Success? Yes. He scowls. Successful genocide, yeah? What's your definition of success here? The same as always. The least amount of death over time, as far as I could see. But not for my people alone, not this time, but for both our people. He lets out a conflicted groan. Well, you shouldn't have come here in the first place, then. Perhaps so. He's holding back. He knows well he could argue around this topic for hours, but he's not interested in winning. There were no other paths in your visions? No, there were many, all of them ending in the near-guaranteed destruction of my people. You ask what you are, Snell, let me tell you. He walks forward towards your goblin companion. You are something entirely new. The goblin's expression goes from angry to despondent as he stares at the dead god's approach. You can never be goblin, you can never be human. You're in this mess because of me and my evil actions. The old man throws up his hands into the air, reaching for the stars. So hate me, curse me, then go be a leader for your people. He lowers his arms and gives them a determined frown. They need you, Snell, for the new era and beyond. Make something that hasn't been seen before, something new, something better. Apprehensive and confused, the goblin turns away. Don't exactly have a choice here. There's always a choice, Earth says, locking eyes with you. Some paths are just riskier than others. The goblin clicks his tongue. He glances at the god and mutters, something new. He's going for it. If that's a good thing, listening to this genocider, well... Tokig would likely tell you to take the gamble. If you ever meet him, be sure to ask. The old god laughs. The goblin looks on with a complicated expression on his face. I'll think about it, Earth. Oh, he's good. From folkmore to father figure in just a few words. Incredible. The goblin should never forgive you. Good. There's a difference between acceptance and forgiveness. You may accept a man's weakness and see his place in the world. But if he makes a conscious decision to hurt you, if he places that intent into the world, that evil will forever mark him, and all you can do is accept that evil as part of him or push him away. Forgiveness is weakness. Acceptance is truth. Kind of cooking there. Turn back to Snell. You really... He stopped himself from speaking at first. You really fucked up that assimilation. I know. There's one thing I will apologize for is that. I'm sorry. I was always terrible at statecraft. Snell shows the same face he's shown you so many times since you met him in that underground garden. To be ruled by evil or incompetence. Sometimes a mixture of both, I'm afraid. For someone who can see the future, that's saying a lot. Your god laughs. Too many small decisions with such indecipherable small impacts upon the odds. At certain scales, no autocratic, even divinely inspired leader is able to keep up. We will see what string you two will walk on. But if it is of any comfort around this incompetent governance, I can assure you, Snell, he gives the goblin a meager glance. Lady Sageleaf is the one who truly changed the odds. Snell meets his eyes. I never expected it from someone like her. Alas, there are many things I did not see coming. If anything, your instincts are clearly a dowsing rod of their own. Now. He looks up at the floating angel behind her, a sea of stars. Ed's here. Earth. She grips her sword as if ready to pull at any moment, her many eyes spinning faster. Her voice cuts off, leaving silence in the void. Is she flustered? I do not want your service, Etir. I've told you this before. Killing with kindness. Rejection? No. He wants better of her. An oath will not bind you to the earth. Nothing can. I am I. Nothing. She lifts her chin, her arms in a salutation. It is striking a pose in the air, just for the sake of confidence. You have done so much for men, for me, but there is something far more. I am lost. The intense telepathic words echo in your mind. You see Earth almost jolt, his head held high to meet the floating porcelain specter before him. I am lost upon this world, no honorable power, no avatar of goodness, no greatness of the choir. These remnants are children playing at running the coast, no different than Arcanas, human and celestial alike. Even ancients have gone mad or faded, and you showed me there was a better way, you fool. Your god shows nothing but empathy on his expression as she spits the insult into his mind. You absolute buffoon, you kruchi smirtelnik-niku, he smiles. I deserve that, I'll admit. I did not expect to fade so soon, I should have prepared more. But don't think for a second I haven't seen you. You dive into Earthguard work to fill the void in your heart. A deep sadness falls upon his face. My dear girl. Calls her a girl? She's thousands of years older than him. Look to angel companion, then back to your god. He holds out his hands. You need to get involved in politics. Kurwa. You catch a glimpse of Snell, his expression sharing exactly your own disorientation at watching these two beings bicker. This nihilism, it's not what you need. You're an era-spanning warrior, a lady of Norvik, an angel beyond the grasp of the Horde. I am truly sorry my pride and ego got the better of me. So I did not accept my mortality until way too late. If I had, I would have told you this before I passed. Make a choice. His voice is carried across the eternal flats. Anything but this limbo, I beg of you. The angel floats closer, her eyes glaring at him. There is no good choice. Endless hesitation is the worst choice of them all, Etir. That's true. That is true, he's cooking. And you've selected it for years, every morning, every night. She lands upon the ground, her feet hitting the esoteric ground. Sometimes all presented choices are bad. In those cases, you might as well pick the most ambitious road, aim at the highest mountain, and see where it takes you. Her many eyes slow down to a crawl, focusing on the god. Am I wrong, Etir? With Etir now standing, you see the two of them are nearly equal height. No, Earth. He lets out a sigh. You are, in your simple way, correct once again. I aim to end my contract with the city and Darrow post-election. Good, good. He takes a deep breath and taps her on her shoulder plate. I know how stupid it is from a youngling like myself to say this, but I am proud of you, Etir. I'm sorry for my weakness. No, Earth. She gently places a hand on his shoulder as well. Your weakness is what makes you special. I am happy to see you one last time. One last time? Etir lifts from the ground once more. She knows all too well how these things go. Earth looks upon you with eyes that remind you of your father. I would like to have a few more words with you, Ragan, before you return. He steps forth until you realize your god is near towering above you. I'm afraid we will never speak again, my son. Why? I made this happen with the last strength I had left, this conversation, Ragan, he says and places a warm hand upon your shoulder. It was worth everything. Look at Earth. I'm just a cleric. Yes. Sometimes some might even call you the cleric. Yes! He understands you, someone finally does. Although wizard might be more appropriate. And you've certainly been mingling with the primal forces a lot. If you want to be a druid, you certainly have my blessing. Your god chuckles at you. Just bow your head. Suddenly you find the flame tongue in your hands. Take it. It served me well for many years. Gorm would have wanted you to have it. Despite everything, he was a good man. A good man. The words cause you unease. The world will burn by the intentions of good men. Your god listens to your words with care. Is that from a book? Nope, that's a Ragan original. He lets out a short laugh. Well, I can assure you that evil men do a fair bit of burning as well. So in the end, maybe we should aim for a world with less tinder and oil. He takes his hand off your shoulder and takes a breath. You can see it. He's doing the polite minor gesture that indicate the chat's coming to a close. He's about to send you home. Ask, this is your chance, one last time. What will you have me do, my lord? My time is over, Ragan. The coming era is yours. He looks to Snell, then to Etir. I believe in you all. I don't pray anymore. Reject your god. I know. That's good. I am but a channel for greater things at this point. You will carry skepticism in your heart in the face of gods and ideologues that will serve you all. That will serve you well, I believe. He scratches his beard. I will tell you one thing. Though. Do you remember your prayer, Ragan? Your prayer, Ragan. The one you always repeated to me at the end of hard days? My prayer? Yeah, the one. Oh. The prayer. At the end of a night at the library, after hours working the kiosk, when your body was broken past days of Earthguard training in bed at night, he listens. Not from all, it's mostly noise, as you can imagine. Must be inane. So many desperate voices. Yours, however, it was such a simple prayer that's what stuck with me. Earth holds up a finger. One thing you asked of me all throughout your life. It never changed, not once. Oh no? Oh no, yeah, that prayer was embarrassing. No wonder you stopped doing it. Your goblin companion follows this conversation intently, yet he says nothing. Right, that. He smiles. I do not promise things lightly, but I can promise you this, my son. There is a string to follow, one where your prayer is answered, I swear to you. Your father is proud of you for the man that you have become, for the man you will be. Holding it in. Earth leans in and says softly, you're not alone. Then he takes a step back, his eyes shimmering in a faint glow. He looks down into the water. It is time. The election has begun. What, right now? Right now, a funny timing, isn't it? Wait, now? As in now? It's all right. Shit, I've got so much work to do. Your god holds up a hand. No worries, Snell. I believe Miska has covered it all. She will be glad to see you back there alive. Trust me. Oh, yeah, good. Oh boy, your ombre's floundering. Darrow looks quite mad, however, he says to Etir. Good. I'm looking forward to it. Of course you are. What will happen to you? Oh, I got a good rest. That's most of what I've done for these 27 years. I'd wager the rest of my strange existence here will just be the same. Your god shrugs, but then again, who knows? How do we get home? Same tunnel you get your spells from. I'll just make it a little wider for you. Wish us luck. Fortune follows the meek. That is, the man who carries a sword but knows when to keep it sheathed. Is safe yet? No, darn. Master, please go home. Stop talking with the old bald man. Earth stares at the mouth in your scarf. You really pick up all kinds of friends, don't you? He touches his scalp with a laugh caught in his throat. Old bald man. We are ready. Your god holds out a hand. From it, a white drop falls. It hits the esoteric water below. Whoa! Goodbye, Noon. Hold on, one more thing. You need to ask. My lord, before we go. Yes, my son? What should I vote in the election? You catch him by surprise with such a question. Through the light, you see a smile appear upon his face. He laughs. Your god lets out a loud and boisterous laugh among the radiant power of his divinity. The Asgalis! They won't win, but for every vote will help the future. Leave the beyond. That was a crazy amount of dialogue. Did I die? Dawn of Election Day. Oh, we got the little snail up there. Oh. The city roars around you. Blocking the streets, hundreds seek their designated polling place. And you lie in the central street of Tolstad. Having successfully made it to Election Day, gasp for air. And over you, shit. The first thing you see is Snell getting up from the pavement beside you. Why didn't you tell me this portaling business would come with nausea? You need to man up, buddy. Keep yourself from vomiting. Oh no, I've got enough manning done for a lifetime. I've manned out. You've manned out? I'm manned out. I agree with you, Snell. There has been enough manhood swung around this day. A joke from the Celestial Ice Queen? Looking to your other side, Etir rises from the ground once more. She looks undisturbed by the plane shifting. I should also mention I am glad you are alive, both of you. Thanks, Etir. Yeah, the goblin says, raising a hand. A thank you from me as well. Etir's many eyes look around. It appears we have not been too conspicuous in our arrival. We must have appeared without fanfare. Good. A bit anticlimactic, but convenient. Good way to describe it. She ascends and tells you both, Darrow is waiting. Come speak when the time has come. Angel floats away up the hill. Things feel less tense with her gone. She'll be yours one day, if you're able to handle the radiant dawn. Yeah, let's leave that for a post-election decision. Snell stretches a bit, then takes a glance around the crowd. Old man was right. Election sure has started. Guess we lost 2 days, or 2.5 maybe? I don't know. You're the math guy. I'm not the math guy. I'm the esoteric guy. Right. I keep forgetting. He mutters and looks. He's about to throw up as well. What would happen if we stayed there for longer, like a month? Would we come back years later? Who knows, Snell? It doesn't matter. Anyhow, we're back now. We're back and safe now, I hope. Yeah, I think this is pretty safe. The goblin takes in the sight of Election Day. He breathes the air, his shoulders drop. You live to see another life. A relieved smile on his face. Right, game plan. It's not that late in the day, so there's no rush in voting. They won't close the polls until 9 o'clock. First of all, we need to report this to Lady safely. Then I'm assuming you'll need to have a chat with Darrow, too. Should I tell people that I met Earth? Oh. Honestly, I don't think anyone would believe you, or at least at the very least not take you too seriously. But you do you. Is everyone here? Everyone? I mean, most of Tolstad, there's like dozens of different polling places set up around the city. This is just one of them. Alright, let's go. Look at everyone! Cleric? Isn't it a lovely day for election? You sound happy. How can I not? Years of effort, all for this. The revolution aims at the liberty of all folks around the coast, and if recent polls are to believe it, it appears we're succeeded in that goal for Norvik. Let's wait until we see the results. A wise statement. From what I hear, Free Straddles will most likely form a coalition with the Nationalists, bonded through compromise and prosperity for all. It's beautiful to see. A coalition without Asgalis. Of course. Not that it wasn't on the table. Turns out the dwarves are difficult to work with and despise orderly compromise. Who would have guessed? It'll be interesting to see. Sure will. Takes a deep breath. Thank you again for handling that surprise meeting with the ambassador so well. I mean, you made your opinion on a Horde collaboration clear, but on the AR side, We're of course very interested in working with you going forward. You've proven yourself a well-suited partner. Now we'll stay in touch. Now I got a lot of things to get to. Big day. She grins, her tusks gleaming in the sunlight. Have a lovely election day. Hey, buddy. Ho ho! Fancily dressed Free Strider takes a pose as you approach him. By golly, what a beautiful day for an election. Sure is. His face gives you a thumbs up with a goofy grin on his face. He lifts his chin. I've been present at over a dozen first elections across the coast in my lifetime. I've seen the populace embrace the Free Strider ideal. Free trade, democracy, prosperity, liberty for all. You're spreading like a disease. Or a meme. Or a funny joke. Or good branding, you see. Just because sickness is the most common simile that comes to mind for quickly spreading things does not mean it's apt for every occasion. Free Striderism is built on such a core concept of freedom that it overcomes cultural barriers with ease, you see. But here in Norvik, it's even grander than that. It's like a powder keg. Just wait to pop off into a wonderful cacophony of prosperity. Maybe powder keg is a poor choice of simile. But still, yeah, it is. Looks up towards the pillar and sighs. Oh yeah, anyways, did you ever catch that smoking invisible man mentioned? I solved it. I'm fine now. Wonderful. Very glad you survived the beyond, at least. Wouldn't be too happy knowing I'd accidentally sent a cleric to his death. Laugh even more awkwardly. He gives you a wide smile. I'll be sticking around a few more days, so you should speak when there's time. But first, go place your vote, fella. Alright, I need to do that. Yes, you do. For liberty, he exclaims. But seriously, we should talk more later. I'll find you. Cool. We'll talk to you later. There are too many people to talk to. If I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Seagull. Seagull stares at you, does not move when you approach. Hello, Seagull. Bird squawks at you before you can do anything else. It begins to take off, making some horrid noises as it does. Could have been worse. Could have pecked your eyes out. True, true, true. Hey! Hey! Everybody's here! No way! Who brought him out? Hey, Bondival. Bondival? Cleric! Skull paint spins to face you, gems twinkling. Come sit with me. Yeah, sure. Sometimes a man needs to stretch his legs, get some fresh air in his lungs. It's nice, yeah. This spot is great, isn't it? The river or the sky. But I've been thinking, Cleric, the skull rattles slightly. I need a new doom. A new doom? My current alcove is fine, but fine is not spectacular. What'd you have in mind? The north wall. Have you seen the view from up there? Magnificent. Could set up a whole laboratory, balcony overlooking the city, maybe a reading nook by the window. I live in the north wall. It's pretty nice. You do? Good. Then you'll have a new neighbor soon. I'd love to have you as a neighbor. I'm sure you'll regret saying that. Oh, good luck with that. Luck? Luck is for mortals who don't plan ahead. The skull turns back towards the river. Viskin thinks I'm being ridiculous, of course. But what does he know about interior design? Not much. His layer is pretty drab. Exactly. Anyways, good talk, Cleric. Always a pleasure. Alright, see you around, Bondival. Man, oh man. Hey, Kraid. You know he's hungry. Kraid does not often visit city during day. Not so many good targets. A few. Kraid hungers. Don't you have something else to hunt? Kraid does not have target, which is very boring. For now, the hunt has sadly ceased. The election is not Kraid's time to shine. Okay, Kraid. Where is... If I was... Oh, Lady Sageleaf. Yo, we gotta tell you now. You approach the goblin chieftain sitting on the grassy field by herself. She's enjoying the sun. Careful now. Be polite. She doesn't look so intimidating sitting out here. I'm back. Yeah, I can see that. She squints at you before closing her eyes again. Snell? Yes, my lady? Report. How did it go? The necklace of fireball was used accidentally in the tea shop. It was meant to go off underneath the temple on election day. Right about now, in fact. She leans forward in her seat and glares at her servant. Lord Gorm and the Beyond wish to use those deaths to bring back his god from the dead. She stares at him. You know, Earth. I got that part. Yeah, so, Lord Gorm was dealt with, and he is confirmed dead. Like real dead, like dematerialized. She glances at you, then back to Snell. You see. Well, the threat was neutralized. There should be no ongoing repercussion. The dragon clicks her tongue. I want more details later, but good. Well done. She turns to you with a slight smile. You as well, Cleric. The service you performed here is more than I ever expected. Backhanded compliment. Love it. Right, that should be it. Then there was that chat with Earth. Right. Lady Sageleaf then looks away twice before raising her eyebrows to the sky. Classic double take. Excuse me, did you say Earth? You handle that one. Yeah, Earth lives in the space between. He's dead, but his spirit act as a channel for magic. He's just there? Yeah, or rather, he just used his lack strength to reach out this last time. We had a nice conversation, a good talk. She points a finger towards Snell. I want a full report on this later. Of course, Lady Sageleaf. Then the goblin chieftain grumbles to herself. Esoteric bullshit. Cool esoteric bullshit. Whatever. She groans. It's good to have you back. I am at least very glad you did not get stuck out there in the void. And you, Snell, I'm very, very happy you made it out alive. You were my best runner after all. My lady, he bows. Nerd. So what happened to Mr. Drummer? Oh, that bird is sticking around. We made a little deal after you got me his papers. His debt will be paid off, and he's free to go wherever he wants. Both of you did a wonderful job on that little mishap. Glad that whole mess got fixed. I felt bad for him. Don't. Drummer is a miscreant dead set on taking shortcuts at every step. Terrible partner, a horrible opponent, and an even worse friend. She shakes her head. I'll be glad to be rid of him once he pays what he owes me. Now scram. See ya! Where do I vote now? Darrow? How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You see Cornlord Darrow speaking to a brown-haired girl in a dress. His daughter. They share phenotype. It's just an application. You know well enough how proud your mother would be if you were accepted, Freitas. I'm not going. It's not just an application, Dad. For fuck's sake, you pretty much own them. He scoffs. And when exactly did I buy this university? The girl holds out a letter, shaking in his face. Our name is in the damn pamphlet. Look, he says, actually calmly, it's the best establishment on the coast, sweetie. You could at least visit before you. He then notices you standing there a bit too late. Oh yes, it's her, the so-called assassin. Cleric? Frey goes wide-eyed, glancing between you and Snell. Anger? Fear? Yes, both. Sweetheart, we'll continue speaking about this over dinner. Yes. Yes, she mutters. She points two fingers your way when her dad doesn't notice. A message appears in your mind. Shut your fucking mouth and don't say anything to Dad. After sending the message, she mutters an awkward, of course, Dad, before sending you one more message, please. Good luck with your application, young lady. Thanks. We'll talk more tonight, Frey. The girl looks at her father and to you. Then she walks away, rubbing her eyes. The coin lord cuts in. Cleric? He wipes the dad expression from his face and puts on a faint smile. Last thing I heard, you went into the pillar in some ritual. I was quite impressed when I heard. You must have found proof of your rogue spellcaster hiding the beyond, I assume. And you did it all while keeping Lady Sageleaf quite happy. He glances at Snell. At the very least, content. Did my best, Magistrate. Good to hear. I am, however, very happy you've made a friend in me these few days, and if there's one thing you should know about us Darrows, it's our undivided loyalty to friends. He taps you on the shoulder. The tap of, we take care of our own. I am certain you will do great in our post-election Norvik. I'll make certain of it. I don't want your help. He laughs. Pride is something best left in the last era, Cleric. Just a suggestion. The coin lord adjusts his expensive robe and lifts his head, looking towards the Pillar of Jor. Now, your esoteric excursion. What did you find out there? The root cause was handled, I hope? I'm going to tell him everything. Well, yes. To start off, Lord Gorm blew up the tea shop. Lord Gorm? He's taken aback by her words. So he's not dead in some dungeon below? Lord Gorm is planning on blowing up the election with a necklace of fireballs that went off prematurely in the tea shop. I'll be damned. And the coin lord nods. Okay, I understand. He was planning on resurrecting Earth by sacrificing humans in Norvik. That's why he got the necklace of fireballs. Darrow snaps his fingers. I always knew that Bats was a crazy zealot. I defeated him in the Beyond. He did not survive. Ah, good. Yes, well, the election is clearly going smoothly, so on behalf of the city, I thank you for your service, Cleric. Then I met Earth. Excuse me, Earth came to me in the beyond. Earth? The god? He showed me the truth about his powers, about the corruption of the Free Striders, about it all. Okay. He squints. Okay. He really hopes you're crazy. I was just keeping that knowledge close to your heart, Cleric, for several different reasons. I won't. I can't stop you. He's already thinking how to discredit you in the papers. The Coin Lord sees more people arriving from the hill, his eyes narrowing. This is the end of our talk. As you might imagine, I'm quite busy on a day like this. He starts walking away towards the crowd. Be wise, be vigilant, Cleric. His words come across more as a threat than advice, to be honest. As he disappears up Tolstad, Snell lets out a groan. I won't comment on the whole Lady Slade talk you had, but seriously. What an asshole. A massive, sneaky asshole. The biggest on Tolstad. Absolutely enormous. Gaping, if you will. Hello, it's here. As you approach the angel, she turns to face you in the air, her glorious, radiant aura enveloping your soul. Snell gives her a nod. I'll be over there if you need me. Then he scurries away. Edir turns your face, facing your general direction. Crowds are filling the streets, voices cast for the future. Among all mortal behavior, it is this I treasure the most, your incessant need to be heard. Her many eyes spin slowly around her head. You okay? She lowers her altitude, descending closer to you. No, Cleric. In mind and spirit I am shaken. Her halo slowly comes to a stop. You should follow his advice, Etir. Be your own woman. Do you speak as the follower of his divinity, or as a man? I am always, I'm a man. I am inclined to believe you. She nods. I will take his words as what they are, a suggestion. In the coming days, I must spend time on meditation. What my future brings will be bring my own choice. But if it matters, thank you. I appreciate your input on the matter, Cleric. Oh, now's your chance. Go for it. A danger. You must beware. Do not attempt to flirt. Man, no problem. Man, lots of people out there. Did it hurt? Hit her with a classic. Attempt to flirt. I have something I'd like your input on as well. Yes, I understand. You wish to discuss copulation. Copulation? Oh boy. Your heart skips a beat. Heal. What? No, Etir. Gentle flirting does not equal intercourse. Oh, yes. Ignore the sharp pain across your chest. Any manhood carrying male would. Final attempt. Flirt with the angel. Come on. Here we go. Your eyes widen, nostrils flare, as you see the truth before your insignificant body and soul. The angel simply wants you to speak. Not because she needs you or even desires you, but because there is a glimpse of interest in her mind, and interest you've been building through many interactions. So speak. Speak? Yes, now. You've been quiet for like 40 seconds. Clear your throat. Etir. Yes, Cleric. Let me take you out on a date. Her eyes begin to spin faster. On this day, I have chosen to act human. Perhaps that may continue in the coming weeks as well. You can be human or angel, anything you want. The angel stares you with many, many spinning eyes. We shall meet for some time after this. For a date, as you put it. We got a date! Yeah! Okay, alright, yeah. Alright, it's done. The lady has been wooed. Once this is over, that is, the angel floats gently before you, a faint smile appearing on her porcelain face. The angel lowers herself all the way to the ground, her armored boots hitting the ground with a thud. Now the sun is setting. I mean in a while. Literally. Later on, at least. You have finished your job. I am considering my path. What will be yours? What do you mean? What will you do once the city changes? I know exactly what I want to do. Her halo floats closely to your helmet. Hey, you've got options. You could be a freelancer. A freelance cleric. It seems wise. There are surely many opportunities for you in our post-election in Norvik. I will watch your path with interest. My guardian angel. Do not call me that. Too late. He crosses her arms across her breastplate. True. Her many eyes observe you in silence as the roaring city around you seems to fade away. You seem unsure which gaze to meet at this time, those alien eyeballs rotating around detached from her porcelain skin. But for the first time, you feel certain. You see all of her at once. You look at her. Snell takes a few careful steps towards you. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, but, Not at all, Snell. We're finished here. Good job to you as well, Snell. You have performed a great service. I do not speak on behalf of the city, but I am certain everyone in Norvik is grateful to you. He lets out an awkward chuckle. Something about compliments from a literal angel just makes you giddy. Sure, thanks. One more thing, Edir. Who are you voting for? Her telepathic voice is silent for a bit. Then she answers, I do not know. Last second, eh? Yeah. She holds out a hand in front of her face. I have decided to be a bit more human, for this day only. Her many eyes look to the sky. We will see what fate brings. And you look at that. Maybe she'll even go yellow. Ah, she's probably playing you, right? Alright. Bye, Etir. Where do I vote? Look at that guy go. Look at him hitting that shit. Oh, we gotta talk to him. We gotta talk to Isk. Oh, no, we can't. Ah, Cleric. He shifts a few times and gives a half enthusiastic wave. Yeah. See her. Oh wait, you guys are yapping? Cleric, life is pain, but sometimes we find joy in the little thing. I have to say, I did not expect to find such enjoyment upon this day. Pointer bracks you to haunt, but oh my god, look at this. So you've met Isk? I have. Have you heard a hand? Heard you had a hand in letting him out of that stasis. Extremely fucking interesting. Thank you for the kind description, my good halfling. You are fucking interesting as well. Ugh. What are you guys talking about? Appledent here is catching me up on your civilization's current level of research. It's fascinating to hear about the various branches you have gone in. In some ways, you are not that far away from our level, though. You have gone in wildly different directions when it comes to examining sentience. I'm writing all this down, just so you know. And I'll gladly get as much research content from you as possible if you have anything with you mentally or physically. Yes, that can be gladly arranged once I get my laboratory in order. Ah, birds of a feather. Idiot. Don't call him that. Hey, hit him back. Peas in a pod. Gollum gives you a look. He's ready. Two sides of the same coin. Great minds think alike. March into the same jun. Thick as thieves. Pots from the same clay. Cut from his eyes widen the same cloth. He raises his hands. You win. Thank you. Thank you. Snur and Isk appear to have stopped paying attention to you and have returned to debating something esoteric. I'll leave you to it. See y'all later. Oh, man. Is this the line?
Mm-hmm.
Snell looks at the head of the queue. This'll take a while. You sure you're done looking around? His voice is strange, deep. You feel like you're done? Yeah, honestly, I think I'm good. I'm good. Goblin is very much okay going through a few more random conversations with random people before you do the deed. Another job in the bag. Yeah, I don't feel like talking to more people. Let's wait. Right, I'll probably go run some errands in the meanwhile, but go for it. A stereotype about humans loving to queue is actually true, eh? Yeah, let's wait until noon. So slowly indeed. Few people remain in the queue, though most are finished, done with the charade. It's getting late. Companion looks around the chamber, the faint yellow light filling every corner. Might be time to cast your vote, eh? Yeah, I've talked to enough people. Let's wait in line. Finally vote in the election and finish up your quest. Well, that's it then. Bit of a wait and then it's done. Nothing's ever truly done. That's true, there's still he lets out a deep disgusted groan. So much paperwork. Snell grabs one of the fence poles nearby, leaning his body weight upon it. How you holding up, by the way? We've been moving constantly every waking hour for a long time now. To just stand like this? Jesus, I feel like I'm getting feeble-minded. Gotta keep moving, man. Without that chase, you might as well be dead. It's work. Work. Snell rubs his bloodshot eyes. You could always talk to the press. The press? Yeah, like get this all down on print. Great idea. People will love you. I got a friend at the Post who'd love to write about all of this. Lumiere Kolichov. She's this crazy lizard woman. I think you'd like her. Hey, you've read her work. Love her work. She's a, what do you say, special gal. Could be fun, maybe. Something to think about. But that's for tomorrow, or next week, or next month. Who knows how the city will look by then. Finally. Got some golden glory around here. You gonna be alright? I'll be fine. Felt build one a hell of an institution here. I'll make it through, no matter who's running the show. The HWBT will survive, I'm sure of that. Whatever you do, do not equate them to cockroaches. And cockroaches. Ha! Yeah, like a bunch of fucking cockroaches. We get stomped on, chewed on, spit out again, murdered en masse by some human god. The goblin pauses in a moment as if tasting his words. Build some good shit, despite the odds. Yeah, fuck the odds. Fuck 'em! The goblin grins. Now you, on the other hand, what about me? Well, what's your plan? You will serve, bend over, pray for mercy. You'll make a fortune, just gotta keep working. You'll be everyone's favorite person. I'll be the best cleric I can. Heh. Shoots you a wicked grin. Sure you already are. Thanks again for telling Darrow to shove it. That was great to see. I did? When? You know, when you told them to dismiss me? When he told you to dismiss me, that was really cool. I really didn't expect it. As you keep talking, the chamber appears to grow ever thinner in folk. And you're voting as Gallus then? Yeah, that's where I ended up. You're green, I assume? Yeah. Cool. I read your many comments correctly then. He brings out a yellow notepad. Not the type to race up down, I swear, but at some point I realized I should note down how often you make all of these political comments. It got pretty ridiculous at some point. And he flips through it. Here. Shows you a page full of scribbled lines. It's like 30 times, Cleric. I'm not saying you shouldn't be politically engaged, but you're clearly a bit too fixated. Politics is important. It's more important than all of us combined. Only 30? I gotta pump those numbers up. I suppose so. Goblin shakes his head, placing the yellow notepad back into his jacket. As he looks away, silence takes over between the two of you. There is something. Something is left unspoken. Something you can't quite put a finger on. He takes a deep breath. Just a bit longer, then it's all done. Let's understand, Snell. What? A goblin, not a human. You cannot get too close. You cannot understand him. It's far too removed his position, his life, his skills. What, that's it? Yeah. I really enjoyed hanging out with this little bastard. Oh, you did? Yeah. Then speak, seek into his mind. A man can only bring himself to true power via the bulging arms of his peers. Let them lift you up. Become a man who is not an island. Understand him. Understand your brother despite the world. Yeah! Yeah! Stella's a good person. You can trust him and you understand him. What's he thinking about then? He's thinking of Earth. There's a lot unspoken about your encounter in the void. Let him ask it. You're thinking about something. I am? Yeah, I can tell. Let's talk about Earth. The goblin slowly closes his eyes, relaxing his posture. He's carrying it no longer. Yeah, I have to ask. I just had a brisk conversation with the man who personally slaughtered my entire race. Let me ask, what the fuck am I supposed to feel about that? That is something you'll only learn with time. It's in time, like he's spouting some sort of prophecy. In the end, we'll all learn how to correct you as, he says in a Snell says in a mocking tone, something like that. His brow furrows into scrunched method as he adjusts his jacket. A tick. I don't know. Part of me hates that he got to me at all. How do you mean? I should have shot him with a sling for what he's done, but something about that look in his eyes. Wouldn't expect that look in the eyes of someone with that kind of power, who had that kind of power. That he knew from the start that it was all just a gamble. I don't know how to even process that. And that's how all those gods went about it, following divine visions, whichever die roll had the greatest chance of success. It's insane. Sometimes I wonder if we all have our choices laid out at that, one after another, just odds and strengths in a tangled mess. Huh. Yeah, no, that's not something I ever thought about, but I'm not exactly in tune with the esoteric, so... Snell places a claw up against his temple. It's just, this old man stands there, defending every choice he made as if he were infallible, while also showing so much regret. Like he knows how much he's fucked up along the way, but he'd still do it again. Am I supposed to feel bad for him, or should I just be some all-forgiving monk just because he did his best? On top of that, he has the gall to tell me what I should do, like his words are anything other than the ramblings of a dead god? Fuck, I don't know. He looks down at the beautifully carved dwarven tiles. How do you feel about it? He's looking for some genuine shit here. Don't be too human negative, he won't like that. Exasperation, breathless thinking. There's a good answer. This is the kind of moment where you make sure to remember Earth was just a guy. He was just a man endowed by divine spark. Treat him like any other human, and you will see the truth. Remember what he told you. His era is over. You and I are the ones here. This is our city now. The goblin looks up. You made an excellent leader, and you would have made an excellent leader of the halfways. You said it yourself. Everything changes after the election. It's a new world now. Yes, I did. Yes, it is. Couldn't have gone better. That quick smile on his face. Yeah, you did good. No fumbles here. I did it! The dwarf at the front of the queue yells, his voice echoing into the now almost empty temple chamber. I finally voted! I actually did it! He steps back from the ballot box, wiping sweat from his brow. The dwarf turns to look out over the chamber, tears streaming from his bloodshot eyes. I didn't think it would be so difficult! At least you got one guy who cares as much about politics as you. With this gentleman done, you see nothing now. Nothing standing between you and your voice. Here we go! Time to modernize this fucking place. You approach the ballot box. Time to cast this damn vote. Guy next to you drops in his own voting card. As he too leaves the chamber, only you and Snell remain. Speaking of which, here. From his breast pocket, the goblin shows you a freshly printed voting card. That is how you vote in the election. You'll need one of these if you're planning on voting. Oh shit, I completely forgot about that. Not surprising, considering the 50,000 esoteric bullshit events we've been through. Little piece of paper would slip your mind, eh? Look at the voting card. The print is a bit different from the card you received in the mail last week. Seems like the goblins must have ordered a new batch. You always think of everything, don't you? Oh yeah, I've got an eye for detail. He holds up another card, looking just as fresh. I just snagged an extra when I took one for myself. Unceremoniously, Snell then drops his own voting card into the box. Huh? Done? Oh shit! This goblin, quick and democratic, what a combo. He just did it like that? Stare at his calm demeanor and gasp. What do you want? A fucking ritual, song, and dance? It's in the box. That's what matters. I think I'm just nervous since this means... Yeah? Snell steps aside. Your turn, Cleric. The ballot box looms. Turning to leave, he instead looks back with a scrunched expression. Just gotta ask one more thing. The prayer. What? The prayer. The old mentioned you would pray every night for one thing. It's been killing me, so I gotta ask. What was it? Yeah? The goblin gives you an almost desperate look. He needs to hear this. Can't hurt to share. It's, say it. Snell crosses his arms. I would look out in the window each night. I'd look at the moon and dark sky, then I would ask Earth to give me one thing. Yeah? He leans in. What was it? Hold up a finger. One. Only one is enough. I prayed for one friend. Oh. 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 The goblin listened. One friend, that would be enough. He gives you a shrug. That's not unreasonable. It's really not. Your goblin companion laughs alongside you. He holds out a sharp claw, a handshake. A friendly gesture, take it. Be careful, don't touch him too much. I'm gonna shake it firmly. You give him a firm handshake. He grins. See you around, Cleric. Oh. 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 The goblin then walks down the stairs, heading straight for the exit. As he goes, you hear him yell out, and don't vote for anything stupid. Watch him leave the Temple of Earth. And you're alone. Turn back to the ballot box. You see it staring at you. Hi, Ghosty. Oh, wow. Dude. The payoff of that is fucking crazy. Are you serious? Wow. This game is so fucking good. Yeah. You see it staring at you. Next to it, a simple pencil. Just you in this amazing little box. Could you imagine a dozen revolution, decades of violence and upheaval, all to get you the chance to write whatever you want on that little piece of paper and drop it in this silly box? You do not know much, but you know this matters. vote. Pick up the pencil and look at the card. Everything upon your shoulders. As you bring forward the voting card, the pencil in your hand, a world watching. Hope I'm making the right decision. The ballot box offers no support, yet you must do it. Choose now, one final time. Meek! Is this the voting? Sounds important. Meek's thinks Master will choose good. Thanks, Meek. Yeah, big thanks to me. Your talking scarf morphs back into a not talking scarf. The ballot box calls to you. I wonder what will happen to Norvik. The city will live on. It has dealt with bigger issues in the past and will survive worse disasters in the future. You will make sure of it. I'm gonna vote for the Asgalists. Vote for Ragan. Vote for Snell. The Asgalists Workers' Party. You fill out the box with a heavy heart. For those who fall behind, for the ones who want to build an egalitarian dream, you are a good person. Hold up the voting card. You hold the card in your hand. The box below it. A symbol for everything you are, everything you can be. Once you put this voting card inside that box, you have already made your choice. 50%. Dude. Now follow the string. Esoteric Ebb. What a game. Yay! It's not dead in Miami! Oh, what a good game. What is seriously a streak of amazing games. This, Love Eternal, Saros. Oh, everyone should play this game and don't do it on stream. I'm kidding. You can if you want to. Oh, this is my game of the year thus far. This and Saros are like neck and neck, dude. They're both so good. But this is like, this is unlike anything I've played. I think it's like it sets itself apart from something like Disco Elysium. Saros is very much in like the Returnal-esque. Wow, what a good game. Yeah, it takes a while, but like, man, does it ever, and like every character is so well written. Everything is like so well realized. It's such a deep game if you're willing to like give it that time. Incredible game. Incredible game. I want to play it again. I literally just like want to sit down on my couch and play this again. Just to see where like all the different like conversations take me. Like if my cleric wasn't stupid as fuck. I had no other choice but to vote for Snell in the end, though, personally. Oh, man. It's such a good game. And there's, like, so many points where I'm like, holy shit, this game is fucking tapped in. I voted for myself as God King Wizards. Hope I win! Really? They got her to do the music? That's cool. Wow. Once this game, if y'all don't have a PC, once this game comes to consoles, I'm really, really, really glad I played this, though. Funny how I took a month off in between the part before this and what is ended up being the final day of this. But yeah. But the 4 games that are just like circling game of the year for me so far are this, Resident Evil Requiem, Love Eternal, and Saros. They're all like firmly like mid to high 9s. Easily. But man, video games are fucking back, dude. Man, they're so back. I am like shocked I have not seen like more fanfare about this game. Like, I granted, I think it's like, it's not a very stream friendly game. It's a lot of fucking reading. It is a lot of reading. I feel like it might be a bit polarizing. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially for like people who, for people who complain about politics in games. First of all, like, get real with life. But for people who like complain about politics in games, they would fucking hate this. It's so overtly political. And like wants to draw real life parallels all the goddamn time. It wants you to think. It really, really wants you to think and consider and take in everything. Special thanks to Reddit. The Disco Elysium Reddit is crazy. It's overtly political in a way that didn't make me feel bad about myself, like Disco. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Honestly, so that's exactly where I'm coming from. It's overtly political, but not in a way where like I felt Disco Elysium at times was like thumbing its nose at me. Whereas this one, it was just like, no, come along for the ride. You can learn. This is a strange work of fiction. A huge heartfelt thank you to every single person who has bought and played this silly game of mine. While I've had the privilege to work with so many wonderful people the last 2 years, Esoteric Ebb has been a lonesome journey for me, sometimes exhausting, sometimes joyful, but lonely. 8 years of trial and error, of burning savings, of ignoring good advice. Damn. That's crazy. With that, we end today's session. It's been an honor to DM you for over the course of this adventure. Your cleric has been incredibly interesting to watch. That's so fun. I still can't believe you signed Everglad's contract. That'll change my plans quite a bit. I thought that was going to be essential. Somehow you actually managed to score an actual day with Etir, the literal angel. What a playthrough. I'm sure he's as surprised about that as I am, yet you went the distance and showed yourself interesting to whatever small degree before this ancient metaphysical being. I don't understand it either. Be proud of that and a little afraid. What are we going to talk about on the first date? Oh, and don't forget about your new buddy, Isk. How could I? He will have to seek out terrifyingly powerful magic in order to bring back his dear wife. You think he can do it? Maybe you'll have to help him out. Dude, if there's going to be like Esoteric Ebb 2. Esoteric Ebb. Hi, Longy. When it comes to Meek, you've obviously got a familiar for life. Oh. Though you better keep an eye out. That old master of his is definitely still around. Maybe you'll even get to have a chat with him at some point. We definitely missed like a chunk of the game, but that's okay. Not every playthrough has to be 100%. And there are questions surrounding those lost mines Aska was looking for. That sounds like a higher tier dungeon to me. I love Meek so much. I was like shocked. Like, the fucking Mimic is a party member? Are you serious? I'm guessing that might be a great focus for the next adventure. Who doesn't love a good treasure hunt? Took me so long to find all the rats. I was ashamed. I didn't find all of them. No matter what the Golden Horde, we'll keep a watchful, radiating eye on this city of yours. And that eye might end up fixated on you because of how you played in that meeting. It'll be exciting to see. Yeah, I kind of made the decision that today was going to be the ending. And I'm okay with that. Ultimately, though, I am most intrigued by your encounter with Earth. For Snell, it was a meeting with the horrors of the past. For Etir, it was a reminder. The more she stays put, the faster everything around her spins. For the Cleric, it must have made a lasting impression. One that will shape his future and the era to come. Speaking of which, with the election done, I feel like this campaign needs a time skip. Couple of months, years? Wait, what? Norvik is heading into tumultuous times, but your Osgal cleric will surely find purpose in the cause. I can't wait to see what you do next. Christopher Bodegard. Thanks, dude. Yo, thanks, Chris. Good game. Good game. Very, very good game. Oh.